Okay, this is a really quick tutorial. We're going to work on two different functions for rhinoceros. First, let's start on a new project on large objects, millimeters. Okay, we're going to have millimeters. And we're going to build a cube of 30 by 30 by 30. Okay, that's our start line. After you build a cube of 30 by 30 by 30, we're going to make a curve. So we're going to click on control point curve, and on the front view I am going to draw a curve which is kind of like this. Okay, and this is not a regular curve, so it's just very organic, but it helps me what to do. So the first function we're going to learn is Boolean split. Now we can split an object into two different objects completely capped. Now for that we need to turn this curve into a surface, and I'm going to turn it into a surface, and this surface kind of like has to be bigger than the, it needs to go out the cube, that way we can actually split it. Okay, and now it's very simple. We just go to solid, split, Boolean split, and we're going to select the object, press enter, and then we're going to select the surface, press enter. Now we have two objects. So you can see we can actually pull up this object. So here we have it. Okay, and we have the other object in the bottom, and that I can see if I just delete this this surface. Okay, so as you can see we have two complete capped surfaces. You see on the rendered you have completely capped surfaces. That's what we need to do. Okay, now the second function that I'm going to teach you today is opening holes. Now for that I'm going to make a small hole right here, a 3mm hole, and I created a curve, and this curve I'm going to go to on the command line, type in make hole. This is the fastest way to do it. We select the surface that I want to create. So I'm going to make a hole here, and then I just extrude how deep I need the hole. So I'm going to make the hole about this deep. Okay, and here I have a hole. Now this is very important, so because sometimes inside an object we can have different hole diameters. So I'm going to make another hole a little bit bigger. Okay, and this one I am going to take this all the way to the back because that's where I need the hole made. And let's see if we can actually build this, because it's kind of like out of, well, that's not going to work. Just going to make a little bit bigger, make another one that it's just a bit bigger than my first one. I'm going to take it in the back, and then I'm going to type in make hole and select the surfaces where I want the hole, and then I'm going to connect these two, and there I have my 2 diameter holes. So I can see that this is used for screws. Sometimes you want the screw to go in, and here you only have the rest of the screw going out, and that way you don't have the screw heads outside of your objects, they're kind of hidden, so it's really interesting. Okay, so that's it. That's basically the two functions that I want to teach today. There are incredible and infinite amount of applications to this function. In your case, you are going to develop the following isometric, and this is your isometric figure. On the top view you have all the measurements for the two objects that you have to create. Remember that you start from one object. You start from this cube, which is 40 by 40. Okay, the cube is exactly 40 by 40, and then you draw this line right over here. You're going to draw this line and then create the surface. After you create the surface, split the two objects, and after you split the two objects you make these 4 holes. Now you have the depth of each hole, okay, and you have the diameter of the hole and the distance from the center. Okay, so that is what you need to do. If you wish, I can actually leave this here for a little bit so you can always make reference to the measurements. Okay, so that's pretty much what you want to do for this tutorial. It's a very fast tutorial, and it will allow you to create the different Boolean section. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and you will have the measurements here. I think it's like that. Okay, so here you have your isometric. I hope you are able to do this very, very well and learn about Boolean split.